Hello, I'm Andrew Muhl, AARP Louisiana Director of Advocacy. It's Monday, and we're back at it with another episode of AARP's Advocacy in Motion. We've been on hiatus for a few weeks, largely due to the recent storms that have done widespread damage across Louisiana. So first, let me say that we hope everyone is safe and getting the care and assistance you need. All right, well, if you haven't noticed, election season has been moving along very rapidly. In fact, we're only 2 weeks away from the November 3rd election, and that's why we're joined today by Yvette Smothers. Yvette is certainly no stranger to politics. She's run for public office before. She's also served for 3 years on Capitol Hill, becoming the first African-American press secretary for the state of Louisiana, and then the first African-American press secretary for the state of New Jersey. She also served on President Clinton's steering committee right here in Louisiana. Yvette has been following the voting process in the upcoming election with us, so we're very excited to welcome Yvette to the show. Yvette, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing great. First of all, I can't help but notice the piano behind you. If you can tell, I've got a piano behind me as well.
Yes.
I didn't realize we share a common interest.
That's right. I love playing the piano.
How often do you get a chance to play?
Not very often anymore, maybe once or twice a week.
That's pretty good. That's about how often I'll play. What are some of your favorite types of music to play?
Classical, my favorite is Fleur de Lis.
Ah,
Yeah, classical
awesome.
for the most part.
Well, if we had more time, we could jam. We could play some piano together, but maybe we'll save that for another episode.
Yes.
So how have you been since the beginning of the pandemic? It's been almost 7 months, give or
I
take.
know.
It's been kind of a crazy few months. How have you been?
Oh God, I've been suffering from a severe case of cabin fever, even though it's not winter. I know it'll get even worse when winter arrives. So for the most part, I stay inside as much as I can, try to avoid going out, except for grocery shoppings, appointments, that sort of thing. But it's really taken a toll on a lot of us. And I pray very hard for those who've lost loved ones, and I pray for those who are currently suffering from the disease.
Well, we're right there with you here at AARP. And that kind of brings us to a big event coming up here in a few weeks. We're currently in the middle of early voting, as a matter of fact. And we always say voting is a part of any foundation of a democracy. But why is this important?
Oh God, it's extremely important. It's extremely important that you vote on November 3rd. One of the candidates is proposing eliminating the payroll tax, which funds Social Security. So we've got to get out to make sure that our Social Security, Medicare, nursing homes, and other critical issues are protected. Now, the Constitution gave us the right to vote. That's our voice. So let's use it. It's the most effective way to be heard. Your voice, your vote.
Those issues are certainly important, but obviously voter safety is top of mind right now. And since we are in the middle of early voting, what do voters need to know about voting safely?
Well, experts say that it's kind of like going to a grocery store. Of course, you've got to use your mask and practice social distancing. Personal protective equipment will be worn by all of the polling place officials. Voting machines will be sanitized in between each vote. And one thing I want to say, If there's someone who's standing less than 6 feet away from you, just politely ask them, would you please stand back a little bit so it'll be 6 feet away, and that'll protect both of you.
Excellent advice there. And I should mention Yvette has been a volunteer for AARP for a long time. And so we certainly appreciate your volunteerism and a lot of the information that you're helping to get out to voters leading up to the election. What is some other helpful information? Well, I guess to back up a little bit, can we still request absentee ballots, and who can request an absentee ballot right now?
You can request an absentee ballot until October 30th at 4:30 p.m. Now, to go online to do that, go to voterportal.sos.la.gov. That's voterportal.sos.la.gov, and just follow the instructions and submit your application. Now, it's due on November 2nd at 4:30 p.m., but please don't wait until then. The U.S. Postal Service says that you should get your ballot in at least by 2 weeks prior to the election. That's right now. You should be sending your ballot in right now, your mail-in ballot. You can also check with the Registrar of Voters Office for more information.
So voterportal.sos.
.la.gov.
.la.gov, voterportal.sos.la.gov. Okay, well, thank you for that.
You can also go to that website to determine where your early voting location is. Early voting is till October 27th from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. each day,
Okay.
except on Sundays.
So so we're recording this episode on this is going out on Monday, October 19th. So this coming Sunday, you won't be able to, but you'll have through October 27th. So you have a full week and then a couple more days after that to get to early vote. And then, and again, if you want to request an absentee ballot, you have until October 30th at 4:30 p.m. But like Yvette said, don't wait to the last minute. Try to get that in as soon as you can. So you have time to do that as well. What is some other helpful information that voters should know? You've mentioned early voting, how to request an absentee ballot. Is there anything else that voters should know before November 3rd?
Well, I want to go over some of the lists of people who can request an absentee ballot.
Sure.
It's people over the age of 65, temporarily absent from parish or residence, working offshore, reside in a nursing home, veterans home, or hospital for an extended stay for a physical disability. If you're a student, instructor, or professor located and living outside of your parish of registration, or the spouse dependent. And of course, this is not everybody, but of course, if you're physically disabled, you may apply through the disabled application. And if not enrolled, enroll in the disability program. Of course, that's not the whole list, but that's just, just top of the list.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that is excellent information. And again, you have until October 27th to early vote. You have until October 30th to request an absentee ballot. And of course, the election will be on Tuesday, November 3rd. So those are the three.
One thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Please research the candidates. Please research the candidates. You've got to do that. AARP Bulletin has a wonderful interview with both of the presidential candidates. That's the October issue. Read it, please, so you'll know where they stand on Social Security, Medicare, nursing homes, other critical issues. So it's important. And just ask yourself, does this candidate represent my values? Then make a decision.
Well, that is about as well said as you can possibly be. And thank you for bringing up the bulletin. Our volunteers sometimes are, have that information more top of mind than our staff does. So thank you, Yvette, for bringing up that pertinent information. And most importantly, thank you for being such a helpful volunteer for us. We miss seeing you in the office, and we can't wait to see you again. It's been several months since we've been able to see each other. We certainly miss you. I know the entire office misses you, as well as some of our other volunteers that pop their head in from time to time. So,
Well,
but it's important to stay safe.
I love you all more than you know.
Well, thank you. And we certainly feel the same. We miss you very much. And stay safe. And thank you for the great information. And keep that advocacy in motion. Have a great day. Have a great week.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.